Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio. I'm Reece.
I'm Dan. Cool story. What do we got today, mate?
Cool story. We're doing Adrift this week. Directed by Baltasar Kormakurs and starring Shailene Woodley. The actual film is a true story about Tammy Oldman and Richard Sharp, who set sail across... I don't even know the ocean, but they set sail across like
one big ocean
from Tahiti to San Diego and get caught in Hurricane Raymond. Yeah, this movie was, I don't know, it was mediocre. This was very mediocre.
You know what though? It reminds me something of like The Notebook meets Castaway. Like, to me, I think Castaway is a fantastic film. The Notebook is a movie.
Yeah.
But it's somewhere... There's
You know
a
what
mashup
mine
in
was?
between that. What was that?
Into the Wild meets The Beach.
Oh, yeah. That's a good mix. That's a good
Right?
mix. Yeah, that's a good
It was like about a bunch of hippies who fell in love and then get caught in a survival situation.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, not a bunch, just two. But, I mean, like, yeah, it was enough for me to be like, yeah, that seems like about what the movie is about. As a story, it's really interesting. It's based on a true story back in 1983 by the same names. I think she's called Ashcroft now, Tammy Ashcroft. I think she might have married. But pretty much the same story. There are a few twists and things in the film. I think, can I just say that twist? I'm not going to say what it is. We're not going to spoil it.
No, we're not.
But that twist felt so like plugged in randomly at the end.
I didn't mind it.
You didn't mind that? I was like, no. I was like, this is...
This is what happened, right? When I was watching this thing, the first act, I'm like, okay, hurry up, come on, let's get on with it. There's flashback scenes, back and forward. But then when that little scene happened, which was the third act, I'm like, this is actually getting better.
They do have a lot of foreshadowing in earlier scenes of how that occurs.
Yeah, like
There's
the opening's great.
Yeah,
I thought that was really, really well done.
Well, there are things that Richard said. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
The opening was fantastic.
Yeah.
But there are things that Richard says in about the late second act that pertain to what happens in the third act.
Yes.
But
that didn't give it away for you, did it?
No, it didn't give it away. But I don't know. It just when it got to it and it was like, this is what it is. Then you're like, I was just like, it felt like too little too late. That's what I got from it.
I was actually surprised. I'm actually surprised to hear what you think about this because we didn't talk about this as well.
Not at all. I was like, just tell them about the Spielberg thing. Like, there's a little fun fact.
I will later.
Yeah, we'll tell you that one later.
Hey, let's go with the acting, right?
Yeah.
Did you think it was a bit... I think the acting was okay, but I think the script was a little bit cheesy, especially in the beginning.
Oh, anything where they're not on the boat
Yes.
is like, it's pure mozza.
Yeah.
Like, it just is not an enjoyable thing for me to watch.
Yeah.
It reminds me of
That
like watching
seemed
like
forced.
a teen drama.
It is, yeah. Or like watching like Neighbours or something.
Yeah, or like, what's that 4 Reasons Why I Hate You or whatever it is, 12 Reasons.
Nah, that was a bit better, I think.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but I watched 2 episodes,
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm out. But yeah, like Teen Wolf or something like that.
It's a shame though, because like, these guys are pretty good actors.
They are. Well, yeah, kind of.
Nah, they are. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give it something.
I'll give her that. I'll give her that. I mean, like, she's especially like the Shailene Woodley plays Tammy Oldham. She does have some chops, but I just think that giving her this character, they consistently give her this teeny bop character almost. Like it's like, and it's not, the character's not teeny bop. The character is like, her dialogue is given teeny bop type
it
of
just
tendencies.
It doesn't go.
Nah.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, these flashback scenes. Those are the ones that feel forced, and I think that sort of takes me out of the whole story. If this wasn't, if it wasn't a true story, then
well, that's exactly how
it
I
would have been
felt.
worse than what it is now.
That's exactly how I felt. I was like, I've seen a version of this. It's called Open Water, and you know what? It was kind of like way more intriguing for a lot of it. And then there was also other things. Perfect Storm. I'm thinking of movies that are like, like got me going, man. and this one just didn't do it. Like it was
Perfect Storm was great.
Perfect Storm's fantastic.
Yeah.
That part where they're going up on the goddamn door.
That was like,
so
oh
mint.
shit. Yeah.
I still think about it to this day.
Yeah.
Going into the cinematography.
Yeah.
This is your field.
Look, I'm gonna. This actually surprised me.
Really?
Okay.
Now I'm intrigued to see what you think.
I'm gonna split this up. So these flashback scenes, I'm always gonna come back to these flashback scenes. It looked like it was a tourism video, but once they're out on the boat, it looked completely different. Awesome aerials. You see the vastness of this massive ocean with a single blob of a boat there.
Yeah.
You just know that they're lonely in the middle of nowhere. So if something happens, the
It's
crap's going to hit the fan.
It's that 18,000 square foot mile radius, isn't it?
Yeah.
Square mile radius,
Wow.
whatever it is.
Yeah, as far as that goes, I think the cinematography for that part is fantastic. But yeah, there's some parts when they're in Tahiti, which is shot in Fiji. It just seemed a bit like a Vimeo sort of
vanilla
tourism.
is what I would say.
Now, the shock here is it's shot by Robert Richardson. Well, that guy is a legend.
Genius. Yeah.
He's won 3 Oscars. He pretty much shoots all of Tarantino movies. He knows what he's doing. It just to me it feels like those, because I know. Well, I think the director said that he shot all the scenes.
Yeah.
So it just seems weird. It's like, I don't know if he was over it or.
Well, they would have had a very small crew because they were constantly for like 90% of the film it was shot on the actual ocean.
Yeah.
And
which is an achievement.
They would like ride the boat out 2 hours.
Yeah.
It is a massive achievement.
Oh yeah.
They'd ride the boat out 2 hours and then spend like 12-hour days out on the ocean. People getting seasick. And the thing is that you wouldn't have like a massive crew on something like that.
No.
It would be very pulled back.
Yep.
And I think they were explaining that a lot of the time it was difficult to get the shots because it's such a small boat.
And you had to wait for a certain time. But, I give it to him. It's not something that doesn't look good. It's nice. But what stood out to me was those big open aerial shots. Oh, actually, the part where they jumped off the canyon. There's a nice scene. They jump off. The camera follows them under the water. It's been done before.
But even under the water in that scene, there's this part under the water where it keeps bobbing in and out of under the water. It was usually I don't mind that shot.
Yeah,
I've seen it in other movies. It just annoyed me. It just really annoyed me. Like it was.
Reece is being picky as always.
Oh my god! Well, I'm sorry. Is that not my job here? Like.
All right.
Anyway,
let's move on. Let's go to your production design. What do you think?
Production design. I think this. I mean, it serviced the story, and that's the important thing. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want your production design to, unless it's like supposed to be a big thing. Like for example, The Mummy, where the production design felt like it was over the top, but also was intriguing because of location.
Yep.
This serviced the story. It did what it had to do. Set in 1983, things looked like they were 1983. There was no mobile phones. A lot of the tech was kind of a bit off inside of the boat, and
Except for the sextant.
yeah, I mean, who would have knew? Like 1983, they're still using sextants, man. Like your desire to learn how to use a sextant.
Reece thinks it's the word, but it's not.
No, it's not the word. No, it's literally the fact that you want to learn how to use a sextant.
Yeah. Well, you never know if you're going to be stuck in the middle of the ocean.
It doesn't fascinate me at all.
So what are you going to do? Just sit there and die?
I guess, hey.
You might as well just jump in the water and let the sharks eat you.
I'll be like, what's his name from, what's that movie? The one with the tiger on the boat?
Oh, Life of Pi.
Life of Pi. I'll be like,
Yeah,
Life of Pi, just be like, on the boat, just slowly rotting away.
Listen, if you ever get stuck somewhere with Reece, don't.
Don't, yeah. I don't know what I would do. Nothing good. Okay. Production design was fine. I think it serviced the story. That's kind of my last thing for it.
Yeah.
And like
There wasn't really much.
there wasn't much to it.
No,
It was just
a boat
was
on water.
following what the story is. And I think this is kind of a downfall for this movie in a lot of ways. A lot of it is following what the true story is, which is important. You have to. But it also felt very, I don't know, boring because of it.
What about the CGI? I think it was fantastic.
It was all right. Yeah, I didn't find it like amazing or nothing.
Oh man, like especially when that scene hits.
Yeah.
You see a glimpse of it in the beginning, but when the scene hits, I was actually focusing on the CGI. I'm going, this looks pretty real.
Yeah. Oh, look, yet again, service the story. There was nothing there that like maybe went ooh ah or nothing like that, but it did the job.
It's good, yeah.
And that's the most important part of it. I think that like a lot of the sound effects and music in it was yet again just doing the same job. The sound.
Is that because you're watching it on your TV?
He has this thing with my TV where he's like, the TV sounds like a tin can, man. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do about it? He's like, get a speaker, man. Get a sound bar. Yeah. And 1 week later, he's like, have you got the sound bar? I'm like, who has the money just to go out and get something like that? Anyway, don't worry about it.
Let the sound and music come to me now.
I know, right? All right, yeah, you did.
I thought it was great. It's believable. You feel like you're there. Music-wise, again, I didn't really notice much.
No, there's a few
that.
soundtrack songs.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of diegetic sound. A lot of like, just the sound of the ocean, the sound of clanking and all that type of stuff. There's a lot of that. And I can't even remember if it had like a score. It didn't feel like it had a score.
No. It's
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not good. Final thoughts.
Yeah.
Let's get straight to it.
Do you want me to go first?
You go first this time.
All right, let me go first. Let me think. I'm not going to be brutal on this one. Look, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine. Like, if you're going to watch it with your partner or wife, I think they'll like it.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a girls' movie, not being sexist or anything. Like I said, it has like that Notebook-ish.
Well, it's definitely more of a connection to females because of the fact that its lead is a female. And it's true, it is.
Yeah, I suppose.
In a lot of ways.
It has the underlying love story there, love you forever, frangipani, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I'm probably going to give it a 6.5.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I think that like underlying the story was supposed to be about people who didn't know where they were going and kind of fell into a purpose with one another. And the survival aspect was intriguing for a little while, but then it was very boring. I thought that I wanted to see her build more things or do more things like that.
Yeah.
That was my gripe with it.
Because she was on there for like 41
days.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, man? Like, at least try and build a fishing line or something.
Oh, she had that little flexible.
Yeah, the little, like the spear fishing. Yeah. But I mean, I wanted to see more stuff like that. I wanted to see her try and survive instead of just lay around. So I think for me, the story is important. True story. So it's interesting on that front to learn that, someone actually survived 41 days.
Oh yeah.
In that way.
Amazing.
But I didn't find it the most intriguing film. I think it's a good Wednesday night movie.
This is another Wednesday night movie for Reece.
It is. But this is kind of the antithesis of a Wednesday night movie for me. Yeah. This is a 6 for me. 6 out of 10.
Still all right. It's good. Yeah.
Awesome. I'd watch it again, like, if someone was like, hey, I've never seen it. All right, I'll put it on.
Chuck it on,
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Cool.
Let's wrap it up. You've been watching Neon...
Before we do that...
Oh, what?
Let's do the subscription.
Oh, I'm so bad at this.
If you like us, please subscribe. It does help a lot. We're going to be doing another review of this, an actual spoiler review on Spoiler Radio, on our podcast, Spoiler Radio.
And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They'll all be up and running by the time this comes out.
Yeah, and links will be in the description below.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week. Ready? Lights out.